First, behold how very ordinary and common things are to us that transpire on earth, and yet how high they are regarded in heaven. On earth it occurs in this way. Here is a poor young woman, Mary of Nazareth, not highly esteemed, but of the humblest citizens of the village. No one is conscious of the great wonder that she bears. She is silent, she keeps her own counsel, and regards herself as the lowliest in the town. She starts out with her husband Joseph, and very likely they had no servant. He had to do the work of master and servant. She had to do the work of mistress and maid. They were therefore obliged to leave their home unoccupied or commend it to the care of others. Now they evidently owned a donkey upon which Mary rode, although the gospel does not mention it, and it is possible that she went on foot with Joseph. Imagine how she was despised at the inns and stopping places on the way. Although worthy to ride in state in a chariot of gold. There were, no doubt, many wives and daughters of prominent men at that time who lived in fine apartments and great splendor, while the Mother of God takes a journey in midwinter under most trying circumstances. What distinctions there are in the world! It was more than a day's journey from Nazareth in Galilee to Bethlehem in the land of Judea. They had to journey either by or through Jerusalem, for Bethlehem is south of Jerusalem while Nazareth is north. The evangelist shows how, when they arrived at Bethlehem, they were the most insignificant and despised, so that they had to make way for others until they were obliged to take refuge in a stable, to share with the cattle lodging, table, bedroom, bathroom, while many a wicked man sat at the head in the hotels and was honored as Lord. No one noticed or was conscious of what God was doing in the stable. He lets the large houses and the costly apartments remain empty. He lets their inhabitants eat and drink and be merry. But this comfort and this treasure are hidden from them. Ah, what a dark night this was for Bethlehem that was not conscious of that glorious light. See how God shows that he utterly disregards what the world is, what the world has, what the world desires. And furthermore, that the world shows how little it knows or notices what God is, what God has, what God does. See, this is the first picture with which Christ puts the world to shame and exposes all it does and all it knows. It shows that the world's greatest wisdom is foolishness. Her best actions are wrong, and her greatest treasures are misfortunes. What did Bethlehem have when it did not have Christ? What do they have now who at that time had enough? And what do Joseph and Mary lack now, although at that time they had no room to sleep comfortably? They had neither money nor influence to secure a room in the inn. Hence they were obliged to lodge in a stable. Oh, world, how stupid! Oh, man, how blind you are! But the birth itself is still more pitiful. There was no one to take pity on this young wife, who was for the first time to give birth to a child. No one to take to heart her condition, that she, a stranger, did not have the least thing a mother needs in a birth night. There she is, without any preparation, without either light or fire, alone in the darkness, without anyone offering her service, as is customary for a woman to do at such times. Everything is in commotion in the hotel. There's a swarming of guests from all parts of the country, but no one thinks of this poor woman. And it's also possible that she did not expect the event so soon, or she would probably have remained in Nazareth. But what happens in heaven concerning this birth? As much as it is despised on earth, so much and 1,000 times more it is honored in heaven. If an angel from heaven came and praised you and your work, wouldn't you regard it of greater value than all the praise and honor the world could give you, and for which you'd be willing to bear the greatest humility and reproach? What exalted honor is that when all the angels in heaven cannot restrain themselves from breaking out in rejoicing, so that even poor shepherds in the field hear them preach and praise God and sing and pour out their joy without measure? Were not all joy and honor realized at Bethlehem? Yes, all joy and honor experienced by all kings and nobles on earth to be regarded as only dross and abomination, of which no one likes to think when compared with the joy and glory